Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at a new asset, Synthetix token. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, Synthetix is relatively new. It's not as new as, say, like Uniswap that was introduced last year, but we only really have price data going back to March of 2018. Um, in comparable terms to Bitcoin, I mean, where were we? Hold on, where were we during that period? We were um, yeah, so this was before the mini run of 2019. We were still coming down from the bear market. We have yet to get to like $3,000 at that point. So just off the cusp of the altcoin run at the peak of Bitcoin from the last cycle. So we haven't necessarily seen Synthetix in a true bull market. This would be the first iteration of that. And we're seeing some interesting price action. So I have it on the monthly. Any kind of altcoin that I look at, whether that's Ethereum or what have you, I'm very curious about longer term trends. And with Synthetix, any kind of new asset that I look at, and I did the same with Tezos when I started talking about Tezos, is looking at it on the monthly chart. What does it look like on the longest time frame now? We can definitely change it to yearly, but I don't have I don't have a premium account on TradingView. I'm very cheap. So the monthly is what we have to work with, which I think is fine. So what we see here is the 20-month moving average. Um, and so that is represented by this white line. So we only had a first iteration of it of beginning of October of 2019, but we have some pretty interesting contacts with this moving average. Uh, June 2020, one contact, November 2020, second contact, and we're just hovering above the 20-month moving average for the past 3 months, right? Or 2 months in 2 days. We came down to it fairly close in April, and we kind of rallied back up. We saw that May was one where we did rally up, but due to the crash from Bitcoin bringing us back down to $30,000 or so, it retraced. So we only were up 13% for that month. This month we're down 2.29%. So one thing that you can, during this period of Bitcoin in consolidation, below the 20-week moving average, things are bearish. Not necessarily diving into altcoins just yet, increasing altcoin positions, but this is the time where you can start poking around about other assets, taking a look at the top 100 of CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, whatever you use. Synthetix is ranked 58, I think, last time I checked. So not necessarily a high market cap, but definitely not a small cap to say the least. And so this is one that I would be quite interested in, and something that I'm going to be looking at for the time being. Um, if Bitcoin decides to continue dumping, it's up 3.5% for today. But on the chance that it kind of retraces, and stays longer below the 20-week moving average, I'll be keeping an eye on Synthetix to see if we're able to make contact of the 20-month moving average, sorry, and hold that. If that is the case, I can consider taking a position. It also doesn't hurt that Synthetix offers pretty attractive interest rates. I believe it's like 13-12% in kind in Celsius. And you can stake using Minter or what have you, and earn even more. But there's a lot of manual labor that goes along with it, so keep that in mind. I'm not going to talk at length about what projects you can use to earn interest on your coin on Synthetix, but just wanted to bring it out there. The interest rate is also attractive to invest in Synthetix. And also just looking at the price action, the 20-month moving average is a moving average that Synthetix seems to hold. Moving on to the US dollar chart here. We're obviously down. We're down to $13 or so from a high of $30. Um, However, I mean, like any altcoin during this run, we can look at the bottom wick of November 2020 and bring it up to where we are now. We're up 479%, almost 1200% to the wick at $30. So obviously, it's made some moves. Those moves have subsided as of right now because of the current market environment. But um, I just wanted to bring it out there. This is something that I'm starting to look at. I haven't created a position. Um, nor do I think so in the short term, like say for the month of June or whatever, but that could obviously change. Um, but it is definitely something I'm looking at, and if I do buy a position, I'll let you know. And odds are, if you'll know when I accumulated a position, I'd probably be talking about it more. Um, in that sense. But this is something that I just wanted to share. Not a lot of people use the monthly chart I don't know why, but I feel like it's the longer term time frames outweigh shorter term moves. But you can make the argument of shorter term moves, you know, extrapolate to the longer term moves, uh, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, when we look at this trend, the trend is up, but more importantly, the 20-month moving average seems to be an average that Synthetix respects, and we are close to it to some degree. If we were to jump this month to the 2020 month, that would result in about a 20% drop. Um, and in that case, I'd be looking to accumulate. But obviously, at this point in time, with Bitcoin the way it is right now, I'm kind of hesitant in buying into altcoins so soon. Um, I mean, we haven't even tested the 20-week moving average yet from the other side. So I'd probably wait until that happens before making any kind of moves. Again, the other altcoins that I am looking at into accumulating during this period would be Chainlink and Tezos. And so, with that said, those would probably come as priority before Synthetix. If I get an opportunity with Chainlink and Tezos, then I'd have to relook at my Bitcoin position, seeing if I'm willing to lighten the load of that weighting into altcoins, which would increase risk. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.